Hey, what's up everybody? My plugin Parametric 3D Array for Unreal Engine is finally available on fab.com, and now I'm representing its full capabilities for you. As you can see, everything here except the buildings themselves have been built with this Parametric 3D Array plugin. The benches, the lamps, and especially all furniture into the buildings. It's one actor, and it assembles everything into HISM components. So instead of thousands of static meshes, we have here just a few HISM components, and this makes the game faster and the performance better, especially the draw calls. For example, if you didn't know, you can go into view per stats, and here you can find the detailed thing, and here you can see the draw calls. So this line draw is responsible for how much times the CPU sends like static objects to GPUs. If you have a lot of separate static meshes, it will send a lot of separate static meshes to GPU, and it will create a lot of draw calls. If you unite everything, if you unite everything into HISM components, and there will be just, for example, 10 HISM components, it will it will have just 10 draw calls, what will dramatically decrease your time for draw calls, and it will improve performance. Yeah, let's turn off the static the stats, and let me show how it works. It's a really powerful tool. You can find it on fab.com. If you go through the link into comment section or description, you will find it. As you might see, it's an array of diverse instances. They are random. Every room has different carpet, different furniture. Here you can see a table. There is no table already. And you can make it very diverse, even much more, depending on your time. And here, for example, the benches. Some benches are lighter, some benches are darker, and all of them have different geometry. Here the bench is a little bit destroyed, here is destroyed as well, and here is intact. And the same you can see when you look at the garbage cans. Some of them are destroyed a little bit, other are not. Here you even can see holes. And it can help you to make the game very natural looking and diverse. Yeah. Also, this is not just a simple array. It cuts off access parts of the array with the trigger boxes, like here. Everybody knows that an array is something like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 rows and columns, but my plugin can cut off access parts of this array. it helps you create very complicated shapes, as you might see here and there. It's even here it's even made from two separate blocks. One block is rotated. They are still united in the HISM components. Okay, I want to showcase you how it works with a new building. First of all, if you already have created a set of diverse rooms, you just can copy paste it, and you can set new instance quantity like 5 probably, right? Let's place it here. Let's place it actually here, and like 5. Yeah, like that. And you see every room is diverse, and it's very quick, especially if you already have a prepared array, and then you can multiply it very easily. But I separated lamps from furniture. It was more convenient for me to work this way. Let's add the lamps to our building. It seems like it's easy, right? And this is the reason why I made this plugin, to make workflow easier. To make the workflow easier. Okay. Yeah, now we have lamps and the furniture into our new building in the bottom block. But I want to exclude, to cut off this excess furniture. That's why I should place a trigger box, and then I can set its dimensions. Okay, this is a tunnel into the building. All right, and the last dimension, the last axis is this one. All right. The trigger box is ready, and now let's just add here in the no instance settings line. Let's remove all the trigger boxes, and let's pick up the new one. All right, let's adjust a little bit the trigger box. Let's move this stuff a little bit. And yeah, now it totally works except the lamps, because the lamps are a separate actor, and that's why we should add the trigger box to the lamps as well. Okay. Alright, we don't have lamps in the tunnel anymore, and that's exactly what I needed. The next step is that we, from our previous copy, we still have here the mirror settings, and actually we can turn the mirror settings off, but I would prefer to use them because I want to duplicate this furniture on the second side, on the opposite side of the building. Okay, let's do the same with lamps. All right. Yeah, it looks like it works perfectly, and I have placed them almost good. Let's move it a little bit, and let's increase the distance between mirror parts. And here they are. The lamps are ready. They light our rooms, and the only thing I should change is the furniture location, actually the distance between mirror parts. I could create a separate actor for all different sides, but I didn't want to do that because I want to join as many objects as possible into HISM components, and that's why I would need to have them in a single actor. It's for better performance and for better optimization. All right, almost. Yeah, like that. Now it's perfectly placed, and it was pretty quick, right? For a lot of furniture, only for one building. And that's not the end, you know. The next thing which I would like to do is, I could increase the quantity, but here we have the furniture in our rooms, but here I have a space between two blocks, and it means that I can't multiply all objects with the same array, because array multiply objects with the same distance between items, between instances. That's why I'm going to create in the same actor, I'm going to duplicate this block this is a block, and I have duplicated it, and then I'm enable copy instances from another block, and the index is 0. It means that it will take all instances from here, all types of instances, and it will multiply it within another block. And another block can have its own location, and let's set it up. You know, this is a location for another block. It's nice, isn't it? It needs just a little bit of time to set up it properly, but it does matter because it will make our performance better. Let's duplicate this trigger box. Let's increase its height. Alright, and then let's add it into no trigger box file. And all right. What would I like to do next? I'm going to do the same with the lamps, because without the lamps it's not visible what's going on into rooms. Okay, let's duplicate this block. Let's use all instance types from the first block, and let's set up the height of the block. Alright, the height is ready. Then let's add the trigger box to this array. Alright, and you know, for the lamps I actually can increase the instance quantity to 20, because our lamps are suitable for the corner stuff, for the corner rooms. And now I have the lamps in every single room, and let's do the same for the first block. Yeah, and you know, let's also add the last block. Yeah, too high. What's good in this approach, as I told you many times, that now you know, there are a lot of lamp sources, a lot of objects already here, and if you did that in a regular way, your performance would probably be worse. Actually, I'm very sure about that. But now it might be look like it takes time to set the high, etc. Okay, something is wrong with our lamps, and it's probably because I set wrong block transform. Let's move it a little bit down. Yeah, maybe like that. Yeah, now our lamps are good. Yeah, you see, everything is almost ready for the second building, and so the next thing I'm going to show you is this pass. For example, lamps. I don't want to have them mirrored. I think a better approach would be, let's turn off the mirror stuff. Let's turn off the mirror stuff here as well. And in the third block, let's turn off this mirror stuff. Let's move the actor here, and let's increase its quantity, x quantity, and also we have to adjust x distance, probably like that. Yeah, now it's good finally, but not exactly. Yeah, that's probably the quickest approach how we can make lamps with this plugin pretty quickly. Alright, and first thing, the first block. Yeah, now I have lamps in all rooms, but I also have them in the middle. That's why it would be pretty convenient just to exclude them with the trigger box. Let's adjust its dimensions very quickly. Alright, and also let's copy it and place it here. Alright, and then let's add this trigger box. And let's add this trigger box. Alright, now I have lamps into my building everywhere. And you see, I only have light sources where I need them. And what's also very important that I have a setting, visual settings, mesh cool distance and light max draw distance. It means that on the distance, the engine will not render the light and the meshes. And you can set this distance as you wish. For example, let's make it like just 5000, and you will see that the light turns off and on depending on the distance from the actor. It's also good for performance. Yeah, the building is almost ready. For some reason I turned this off. All right. And yeah, I'll not show actually how I'll add the furniture everywhere, because it will take your time. I'll just show you another very interesting feature. Another very interesting feature, and all right, here it is. Another very interesting feature is that you can add skeletal meshes into your instances. Not only static meshes, but skeletal meshes as well. For example, let me show how it works in general. For example, we here have a rod, and I'm going to find my plugin here and drag and drop it into this place. Then I have here blocks. I already showed you what blocks mean. And in each block, in our first block, we have instance variations. And in instance variations, we now have only one variation of instances. The type is HISM. But let's choose a collection. It means that each instance, like here, will be a collection of two objects. Or like here, it will be a collection of many objects, depending on your needs. And let's add instances in a collection. The type will be HISM. It means that it's good for performance. And let's add a static mesh, and it will be a bench. And here the bench is. And let's add different materials. If you want to have them random, let's override them. And here is a material for index 0. Here is a material for index 1. And let's go into the material folder Alright, this is the wood material and this is the gray plastic material for feet. And for example, you know, they will be multiplicated and yeah, it's very easy. And I want to have them random. Let's go again into the instances, instance variations, and let's duplicate this material set. And now we need another wood. Now you can see that the colors of the wood is random, and let's add another material set, and let's add the third material. And now you can see that all benches have different materials, and that's not only it. We can duplicate the whole static mesh set, and here we can choose another bench. You see, some benches are intact, some benches are destroyed a little bit, and we can add just a lot of different types of meshes to make the world very diverse. And then we can increase the quantity. Alright, and also I want them to be not only benches but benches with garbage cans. That's why we created here a collection, and the second instance in a collection will be also an HISM component and garbage can. The static mesh will be a garbage can. Let's adjust its transform. Alright, yeah, now it's good. And we can repeat the same with the garbage. We can add here different materials like this one and this one, and just for presentation, let's duplicate it and let's make the second color like red. Yeah, that was wrong material again. This one red, and then let's add multiple variations of the static meshes, and now we have a pretty diverse array. Everything is different, and they are united into HISM components. And the next thing I would like to multiply them along the road. That's why I should enable the mirror. Alright, and let's increase the y distance. You know, I also can add the third object into the collection, and it will be a lamp, outside lamp. And then let's adjust its transform. You know, we can place it like next to the bench or in between, depending on our needs. And also, you know, there is no light material on the lamp now. Let's add materials, and all right, this is the not right placeholder. All right, now we have the lamps, but they don't have the source of light, and that's why we should add another instance in a collection. It will be rectangular light, and the rectangular light will have this color. And let's move it upper. Let's set up its width, and now let's move it again upper and a little bit to the side, and a little bit to this side, a little bit down. All right, you know, when you have this type of problems, you should choose the mirror type groups. In this case, it will mirror objects as groups. It doesn't do actually the real mirror, because if I mirror them, they will have flipped normals. You know, every geometry has its normals, normal vectors. And if I mirror an object, the normals will be flipped. That's why I just rotate them on 180 degrees. Yeah. But if you want to have them like here, you would prefer to have them separately, like benches and lamps here are separate, because here the mirror type is groups, but benches have mirror type instances. You know. Alright, but it doesn't matter right now. I think it looks pretty nice. You can also make the color of lamps diverse, as I did here. I mean, you can easily make it warmer or colder depending on your needs. And yeah, that's it. And the last thing, that you also can multiply objects along a spline. Here I have all benches within one actor, and it has merged them into HISM, and it has made performance better, but it took like a lot of time. It's much easier just to duplicate an actor and to move it. It's faster, but it will not connect them into HISM anymore. They are different actors. But if you need something quicker, you just could copy paste actors, and it will be faster flow, but not the best way for performance. Let me show the thing with the spline. Now I'm turning the spline stuff. The spline multiply objects with the x axis. So that's how I programmed it. And let's find the spline in our details. If you don't see the spline component, you just deselect and select the actor again, and it's pretty easy, you know. Let's add more benches, and let's just go into the instance and let's rotate it, and that's ready, completely ready. And all right. They turn it like that because the pivot of each group is here. But let's go into the collection transform and let's adjust the location, the pivot, and now it lays down on the spline perfectly. Yeah, and of course we can mirror it as well. All right. With the mirror, we probably should not have this offset. Yeah, now it's good. Now we have benches along a spline. And you also can use an external spline. For example, if you have any actors with the spline component in it, it's another actor. Sometimes you have already prepared splines, and here you can choose use external spline. You can select it, and you will have all objects along an external spline. Yeah, that's it. Take your time, make your buildings, environments, streets more diverse. I did the same here with the rooms, by the way. I have like instance variations. I have 2 instance variations. The first is with this layout, the corner, sofa, the table, and the second instance variation is this one, the table in the middle and a sofa and 2 armchairs. And then I have all of them diverse, as I did with the benches. Every mesh and material is different. Here it's a round table, there is a square table, and all different carpets, different materials for carpets, and I just can continue to duplicate them to make a special layouts for the corner rooms. I can duplicate them to this side as well, but the tutorial will be too long probably, and that's why I don't want to do that. I hope I showed you the whole process, how you can use this amazing Parametric 3D array. Please let me know your feedback. What do you think about it? Is it helpful? Do you think it's a good tool or not? Your feedback is very appreciated. Any feedback, because first of all, I created this plugin for myself because I'm making a game and it has a lot of buildings and it has a lot of interiors, and I want those interiors to have furniture inside. That's why I developed this plugin especially for my needs. But now I'm selling this because it's too good to be my own thing, and I want, maybe it can help save a lot of time for you guys. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, click the like button, support my labor, and see you next time. Alright, I have recalled that I didn't show you how can I add a skeletal mesh into our array. So let me do that very quickly for you. For example, I have the second type of the instance, this type, and here I have a collection. It's a collection, and here I can add like a new instance in a collection, and the type will be a skeletal mesh, and the skeletal mesh will be this guy. And let's you know, I want this guy to have different material everywhere. Let's make it sometimes this. Let's make it having this color, and also let's duplicate it, and let's, oh no, oh yeah, actually everything is right. Let's make it green, and let's, I want diversity, you know, I like diversity. That's why I want to add the third color, and it will be red. Alright, it's really diverse now, and we also can add different skeletal meshes itself, and oh, actually I can't add another skeletal mesh right here, but there are other ways how to do that, how to make a different person everywhere. So now we have just different material everywhere, and then let's assign an animation. Alright, and let's enable looping, plane, and random initial position, max position 1, and let's, you know, what I want to do is let's adjust its transform. So let's place him here and a little bit upper. All right. We have this guy randomly, and a good practice is to randomize its rotation. Oh, that was wrong setting. I here have a special tab randomness setting, and let's randomize his rotation, and now he is rotated everywhere differently, automatically in the whole building. Very, very easy, right? And now let's play. You see? He is moving in every room, and we can apply actually cool animations instead of this not appropriate, and it will looks just super nice. All right, let me turn off the stats. And another thing I wanted to show you, I'll not show everything into this tutorial, but that's actually pretty important. In the blueprint of this plugin, you can go into the blueprint, and here you can find parametric. Parametric 3D. Oh, okay, just parametric array. Okay, parametric array. And here you have all functions which I prepare especially for you. You can get all HISM components or child actors, because you also can insert, instead of skeletal meshes, you can insert real child actors with logic, and they will be smart instead of just dummy skeletal meshes. So, and parametric array, let's, for example, just to showcase that you will be able to do that, let's get all rect-like components. Let's connect it to the even begin play, and let's promote the variable. And the name is lights. And let's compile. Now it takes a little bit of time when I compile everything, because I already have a lot of instances, a lot of copies, thousands of them. That's why you should probably prepare the logic in advance. So then let's find the key one and turn on the consummation, and also in the class let's turn on the input, receiving of the input. All right, and now flip-flop And let's get the lights for each. All right, and again, and set intensity 0, set intensity like 2000, and let's connect this wire and these wires. All right. Now it's going to be cool. Let's compile everything and let's save it. Let's save this map as well. And now is the right time to press play. And now I'll click press 1, you know? See? I can in the run play turn on and off the lights, and it's very, very fast and quick. Yeah, it has some like spikes because there are hundreds of lights. But anyway, it works smooth. And you know what? We also can turn off the light of the geometry of the material. It just needs additional time. For example, you can get all HISM components, and then you should promote it to a variable as well. Then you have to create dynamic materials for each. Let me try. For each loop, so you should create dynamic material instance and etc, etc. You should create a special material with parameters, and then you will be able to switch the materials as well. It's nice. I really like it. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show you as additionally. So see you, goodbye.